Monday morning. It's about 6:30 and we had a frost last night. I don't know if you can see that ice, but I am so glad I did not plant the gladiolas yet. We have just about 2 more weeks to go, 2.5 more weeks to go before our average last frost. But it's a beautiful morning. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your week. Today is Tuesday, April 11th. I am just outside this afternoon checking on a few things in the back garden. I have lots of plans to continue on developing the back garden, or the backyard rather. But I'm so excited because my bleeding heart is coming up. That may be one of my most favorite plants because it gives interest pretty much for 3 seasons, so spring, summer, and fall. Fall, it turns this beautiful bright yellow. I don't think I have a video for that, unfortunately. But then there's the pink flowers, and then in the spring, I'll show you, it is coming up with these beautiful dark purple sprouts. Here is the bleeding heart. There's the tag. Just an old-fashioned bleeding heart. These are great for shade gardens, in case you are looking for one. That beautiful deep purple, And then next to my Coral Bells heuchera. Really, really pretty. I planted some boxwoods here, and then I have some hostas scattered around. I have some cleanup, as you'll see, to do as well. Unfortunately, the summerific hibiscus did not make it. It actually didn't make it before. I think it just was rotted out when I got it, unfortunately, and I was hoping if I planted it back here that it would survive. This is much better. I'm still trying to gauge the light. It's supposed to warm up quite a bit this week. On Friday, we're supposed to get a high of around 80 degrees. So that's really exciting. 2 weeks away from our average last frost. Because of that, I am all right, see if I can back this up a little bit. Okay, here we have two of my topiaries that I had inside. The first being my myrtle topiary. This is a beautiful plant. So I got this myrtle topiary last year, brought it indoors. It was doing great. However, in the wintertime, I had it in a window, but because it was so cold, the window was just too cold, and it caused the center, I don't know how well you can see it, but the center had essentially died out. There was no growth. Thankfully noticed it, moved it away from that window and moved it into my office where it's a little bit warmer, gets full sun. Ideally, these should be in full sun. When this is happy, it does bloom with white, little pretty white flowers, so I'm hoping to get it back to that point. But I've been fertilizing it weekly. It's very happy now. It has a lot of new growth. I've already sheared it before. It's flushed out. I'm going to shear it again to shape it up. And I'm very pleased. I think if I keep it out here, keep it happy, it will hopefully bloom. And then here we have rosemary. So I just picked up a rosemary plant at a local greenhouse, potted it up with some moss, and then you'll see those orchid clips I was talking about. So that's probably not the best idea. I was just working with what I had at the time. But you'll see I have a long orchid stake that I'm using to help train it. Now, the important thing with making your own topiary is essentially you want to keep the leader growing until the point where you essentially want to cap it off for the height. Because after you clip off the central leader, it's no longer going to grow past that height. It will bush out like this one. So this one had a leader like this one. It was snipped, and that forces the plant to direct its energy into branching out. My goal with this rosemary is to train it all the way up to the top of the stake. I think that's 24 inches. Yeah, that's gonna be 24 inches tall. And then I'll have a nice little bulb. So something that'll be a little bit more, there we go. Something that'll be a little bit more gentle on the fresh growth is using raffia to tie it. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I'm gonna put my shades on because it's a little bright. There we go. Okay. You and I are gonna make this rosemary topiary together. Doesn't that sound fun? Snip, snip. Okay, there we go. So, I'm just gonna use this raffia to gently tie it. Whoops. Tie it in place. One woman show, folks. And then I'm just gonna simply, the goal is really just to be a gentle guide.